It's a very sad day when people are afraid to create the work they want because they're worried they will be canceled and attacked. You all know how bad cancel culture's gotten. If you say one thing wrong, the cancel culture vultures on social media will come at you with all that they've got. They will get your name trending, drag your name and your work through the mud until you feel defeated, and now we've got authors, Nobel Prize winning ones no doubt, coming forward admitting that tons of authors are afraid to be canceled, afraid to lose their careers, afraid to write what they want and create what they want. Now, before we get into the article, if you enjoy the content that I create, please make sure to subscribe to the channel to see my daily content that YouTube seems to suppress quite a bit of. Follow me on social media like Twitter or Minds, and consider becoming a Dark Titan via Patreon for just $1 a month. I appreciate all of the support. So, Nobel Prize winning author Kazuo Ishiguro says authors are self-censoring over cancel culture fears. Now, Ishiguro's written some amazing books in the past, like The Buried Giant, where everyone's in this fictional post-Arthurian England, and it's obviously fantasy, but that book took him 10 years to write. Imagine if an author took 10 years to write a book and then got canceled over it because it was a little too edgy or had some sort of theme that people online didn't like. They'd be crushed and heartbroken, and they might even give up their career they're passionate about. Not everyone has the strength to stand up to the endless hate people spew online, and I'm not gonna let anyone take away my career, but that doesn't mean that other people feel that way. People are afraid of what others do online now. People are extreme online. So the tide may not quite be turning yet, but more and more public figures from the very circles that helped nurture wokeism and cancel culture, artistic elites and high-profile entertainers, are starting to openly criticize these as harmful purveyors of censorship and fear. Celebrated Japanese-born author and Nobel Prize winner Kazuo Ishiguro, who was in 2019 knighted in his adoptive country, the UK, has added his voice to these critics, showing particular concern about the younger generation of writers and how the current climate might adversely affect their work. Ishiguro came down hard on cancel culture, calling its proponents anonymous online lynch mobs and a danger to creativity and free expression, especially among the less well-known authors, forcing them to self-censor and abandon, out of fear of repercussions, the art of writing from a perspective other than not only their own. This is so true, and it's so good to hear more and more people calling this out. Even though Kazuo Ishiguro wasn't someone who had called out cancel culture in the past, it is never too late to start, and it is so good to see that he is coming forward saying, we are afraid for the younger generations. They're not going to be able to write what they want, create what they want, because unfortunately there are so many people online who do attack people for their opinions, for the things that they write, and it is unfortunate. It is good to see someone calling out this situation, but also bringing attention to it, because we don't see enough people saying, hey, in this industry, people are self-censoring themselves and not writing what they want, and he is coming forward and being brave, basically, to call this out and to say it's an issue that's going on. So novelists should feel free to write from whichever viewpoint they wish or represent all kinds of views, he told the BBC, pointing out that as a young author, he was free to write from points of views unrelated to his own identity, including from that of a woman. I agree. I think that you should be able to write whatever the hell you want from whatever perspective you want. It doesn't matter to me if a man writes a woman's point of view or if a woman writes a male's point of view. I think that that's good. I think that that's just storytelling. People deserve the chance to be able to tell whatever story they want, even if they're not a specific gender or fall under a specific identity. So by voicing his criticism, Ishiguro joined a growing club of world-famous authors, philosophers, journalists, and musicians like J.K. Rowling and Gloria Steinem, and others who were in 2020 among hundreds of their peers to sign an open letter against censorship and public shaming, resulting in ostracism, a fancy way to describe the phenomenon of canceling people for their opinions or beliefs, and even creative expression. We know that people like J.K. J.K. Rowling have been against cancel culture because J.K. Rowling's herself been a part of a lot of cancel culture controversies. A lot of people hate her for her opinions. A lot of people really dislike a lot of the things that she said. This is an article that I had covered a couple of months ago. Daily Dot social media editor Anna Maria asks why Harry Potter creator J.K. Rowling has not gotten jumped yet, wishes she'd get punched in the face. So at the end of August, after Rowling published a statement on her return of the Robert F. Kennedy Human Rights Ripple of Hope Award, Daily Dot social media editor publicly discussed her hopes that J.K. Rowling gets punched in the face today in a pair of now deleted tweets. She said, "I hope J.K. Rowling gets punched in the face today. Smiley face. I hope her nose breaks and it gushes all over her clothes. Smiley face. I hope her teeth get knocked out and she can't find them. Smiley face." She continued on with, "I'm gonna need cis Brits to step it up. Why has this violent transphobe not gotten jumped yet? She's too comfortable." This is why authors and actors and people are afraid to speak up about their opinions and put them on social media or even write about them. There are people like this social media editor who attack people and say they should be harmed physically. They should be, attacked in the street when they're not expecting it. This is not okay. This is disgusting. It's all right to disagree with someone's opinion. It's okay to say, I really don't freaking like you. I think your opinions are garbage and you're garbage. But that is different than wishing physical violence on them. That is not okay. This is why a lot of people are now coming out against cancel culture, because it's not just like, oh wow, I don't like your opinion, I wish that you'd get kicked out of an industry. They're wishing real violence happens to people that they don't even know. J.K. Rowling might be a fantastic person in real life, or she might be a garbage one. We don't know, but we shouldn't just assume that she's a garbage person because she's made a couple of hot takes on social media. And again, I don't agree with everything J.K. Rowling's ever said or done, but I would never wish physical violence against people that I even hate or that I really dislike. So others who have spoken out recently include the musician Nick Cave, who took particular issue with what he said was refusal to engage with uncomfortable ideas, while an 81-year-old TV personality and novelist proves that not only young and less established authors are at risk. It is so heartbreaking to see authors be backed into a corner where they feel like their work won't be published unless it pushes a specific narrative or falls in line with rules publishers put in place. They're afraid to put out the work that they really want because they don't want to be canceled. And let's even look at J.K. Rowling. She is canceled every time she publishes something or posts something on social media, and it's dangerous and it's not going to stop. But let everyone know your thoughts in the comments section down below. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you didn't, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.